Last one. So we got the X-Files. Yes, the entire fucking series. And 2 movies. So, I finished watching it. Here's my thoughts. This is based on what I remembered when I took a shower this morning. Oddly, it's a lot that I remembered. It put the science in science fiction for the 90s. It really did. With a high caliber cast of future stars, the series captivated millions during its syndicated run. Yeah. I do wonder if anyone found the Mulder to their Scully and vice versa after seeing this cult classic series. Both movies are fantastic, with I Want to Believe being vastly underrated and a good movie experience. I still have my ticket stub from 2008. I do. I want to see us in theaters. That was awesome. On a rewatch last decade, that film is basically an extended episode that builds on the established mythos. Yeah, because the one thing that when I watched it the first time, I was disappointed, but it was cool. But I was disappointed because there was no aliens. But on the rewatch, I was like, oh yeah, this builds on the fucking mythos. Duh. Ugh. From Mulder's disappearance, the alien conspiracy, CSM and his son, the Syndicate, Scully's son, William, Walter Skinner's badassery. That motherfucker is beautiful. Mr. X helped Mulder and Scully, Reyes and Doggett, the alien bounty hunter, played by the iconic Brian Thompson, who I love. He's in every fucking thing I've ever watched. This show had everything a 90s nerd could dream of. And geek, too. Well, Chris Carter's imagination for the show is spellbindingly complex, but incredible. Like, man. I swear. I would actually credit Chris Carter as being the master of season finale cliffhangers. Inventing the cliffhanger. Oh, man, crazy. I was always excited when Kim Manners directed an episode. I don't know why. I really don't know, but it always excited me. I guess I felt Kim's presence made the episode better or something. And I think he's dead now. How did I get into it? Reruns on TNT late night. They're in 4 and 5 hour blocks of it, from like 1 to 6 and 2 to 6. That was awesome. Then eventually, I think I did a full rewatch via Netflix. Yeah, because Netflix had it for so long. And then they lost the licensing to it or something. Chris Carter made season finale cliffhangers cool as fuck back then. Yes, because literally each season was hook by hook by hook. And when the one season ends, it's like, oh god, you gotta wait and find out what happens weeks later. Whereas now you can just kick back, binge all the episodes. Oh my. He made him so good during that time. He made you wait and want to see the shit and know what happens. Oh. The most heartbreaking and sinister part of the series was Scully meeting her son after all those years. And the revelation that CSM impregnated her all those years ago. That was fucked up. Beautiful, but fucked up. The biggest moment in the series was building up to Mulder and Scully's kiss. Yeah. Still sad Jillian wasn't coming back for the role, and I get that. I really do. A lot of people will not want to reprise the role because they've done the role for so long. They want to do more than just that role. That's understandable. That's their life, you know. But yeah, it's a bummer. Well, CSM's arc and the Syndicate are truly underrated in the series. I'm very surprised there wasn't a spinoff for them. There could have been. It would have been really nice. I never did see the Lone Gunman spinoff. I should watch it. I just haven't gotten around to it. What a quirky trio with a bittersweet ending. Yeah. Which is stronger, the mythos or the alien conspiracy? I did have a funny moment with that. And I'm coming to where it's better, which is better. Let's see. When I was writing back then, there was an episode featuring a character named Amy Jacobs. Same name I chose for my character in my story. So when I heard her name being said, I was like, son of a bitch. God. Oh man, I remember the Shapeshifter episode because that was my introduction to the series when it was on Saturday nights for reruns because it was on Sundays at 9. Um, yeah, between the Mythos and the Alien Conspiracy, both are phenomenal. They both complete each other. They both complement each other. I would say, I mean, everybody will go with the Alien Conspiracy because, it's the main focal point of the story. But, and I can agree with that. I really can. But I would go with the Mythos because that builds on that as well. Because there's some really underrated gems in that Mythos that really stick out. I was actually going to write a fanfic on X Files. I actually had it started, and it was going to be X Files 1975, but I never focused enough on it to write it. So that never happened. Does the series have an everlasting impact? Definitely. No, it doesn't. It's full of shit. It's garbage. It's horrible. It's SJW crap. It talks bad about the government. It's all political bullshit. It's one of those things that has to be experienced versus explained because describing key moments isn't the same as seeing them. Definitely. Oh my god, there are so many key moments in that series. Oh my god. Whew. Will I rewatch the series? I don't know. I really should, though, given how much I've changed and been through. I really should give it a rewatch sometime, but ugh. To put that in perspective, if I did rewatch all 218 episodes, movies included, oh god, my brain hurts thinking about this. That would be a review of about, if House of the Dragon was 38,000 words, yeah, there's a character count on YouTube. You can't post above 5,000. That this would be at least 100,000, if not more, just on review, just shit I jot down. Yeah, it would be in that range. I bet, maybe even, I don't know, but Christ. Anyway, Deep Throat is. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, Deep Throat is probably is the MVP of the series next to Mulder, CSM, and Scully. Yeah, underrated would go to Mr. X, Skinner, Alex Krycek, Alien Bounty Hunter, Well Manicured Man, Kirsch, Lone Gunman, and CSM's son. Scully's birth with Reyes protecting her is the most underrated moment in the series and duo as well. Yeah. Between Doggett and Reyes and Mulder and Scully, the two of them two groups, I actually like. Mulder and Scully are the mainstay. That's the easy one. But I like the pairing of Scully and Reyes and Doggett and Mulder. Yeah. But definitely love Skinner. That motherfucker's a trip. I love him so much. He made the captain's cut look so badass. Oh man. So good. Wow. If you were to split the series in half, you would have the mythos on one side and the main story on the other. Because it's literally 109 episodes divided. But if you were to really go through it, it's probably a little more than that for the main story. But I don't know. I just look at it by numbers. Who's my MVP? CSM, aka Cigarette Smoking Man. CGB Spender. I remember the cigs he smoked were actually herbal cigarettes. Yep, fun fact. I remembered that and then forgot it. The holiday specials were cool too. I think they only had like 2 of them. Will I read the books and comics? Books? Nah, that's too much too much. Way too much. Comics? Possibly. I am on a crossover binge, so the X-Files Ghostbuster crossover piques my interest. Yeah, that's how I feel about X-Files. And that's pretty much covers everything for the most part in it. Yeah, I can't think of anything else, but yeah, when I got into X-Files, like I had a field day with that. Fight the Future was so good. Like you finally got to see a fucking alien spacecraft. Like, crazy. Oh man. It's just it's crazy how deep that show was and how mature it was as well. Because it was one of those things that came along at the right time and stayed relevant despite David leaving the show for a little bit. It still stayed relevant. It's crazy. And that build up to him coming back, like, damn. I remember that shit. I never watched it back then, though. You have to keep that in mind. I never watched it during its run at all. Never. But I remember that because I'd be watching other shit on Fox and like the build up to Mulder's return. He's coming back this Sunday at 9. I'm like, who fucking cares? But then I rewatch the series and I hear that I'm like, oh, he's coming back. Mm. Oh my god. And Sunday at 9 is such a weird time slot for a show like this. But it fit and it made sense back then. Okay. Teens doing teen shit. Don't fucking know. Don't care. Uh, what was my absolute favorite part of the X-Files? Skinner. Whose ass did he beat? Was it Cry? I think it was. No, it wasn't Krychek. No. No, he didn't beat on Krychek. Who the fuck was that? I remember he had a busted lip when he went to go see Scully, so it might have been Mr. X. Yeah, I think it was. I think it was Mr. X he beat on. I think. It was either him or Krychek. I can't quite remember, but yeah, that shit was wild. And just everything that unfolded throughout the show. But the main highlight is them damn cliffhangers. Oh, they were so good. Every one of them for the season finales. Oh, part one. I'm like, motherfucker. God. Oh, they're so good. Mm-mm. And there's so many X-Files comics too. I mean, I'm anxious to dig into those and see what they're like. But I don't know. But I know there were books released during each season of the show. And I don't really want to dig into those because it takes too fucking long. I know they did the same thing with Angel and Buffy too. Yeah. How do I know? Because I would go to the library and I'd see them on the shelf. Yeah. And of course, I always wish they had them all in audio form where I'd listen to them, but whatever. So, yeah, that's my review on the X-Files. Will I revisit this? I don't quite know yet. I mean, that's a lot of years to sit though. I mean, it'll go fast for me because it'll be my second rewatch. That's gonna be a long one. That made my head hurt. Fuck. Where are you gonna start? I'm gonna start at the fucking end. I should just buy the box set and be done with it. Because I already own Fight the Future and I own the I Want to Believe Steel Book. I just don't have the original seasons or the return. So yeah. But I doubt they'll ever come back to it, so oh well. But damn, what a great fucking series. So good. And the figures are cool too. I actually own 3 Funkos out that set. I got Fox, I got Scully, and CSM. I didn't get the Alien because it didn't really appeal to me. I was hoping they would have had more, but oh well. Skinner as a pop would have been cool. I love that motherfucker. Yep. But it's amazing too with Fight the Future, and then I'll be done with the video. When that came out, it was treated it gave fans a film to go see. And at the same time, if you didn't know shit about science fiction or didn't pay attention to the show at all, you could just treat it as a regular flick. And just like, oh, this is really cool. There's FBI, there's aliens, this is cool as hell. But back then, that was 96? I think it was 96. Let me check. So I want to make sure I got my ears right. Come here. Yeah, I think that was 96. X-Files Fight the Future. Yes, that's great. What year? Oh, 98, my bad. 2 years off. So you figure back then, because the 90s, they didn't have, I don't think they had VHS box sets for X-Files yet. oh Christ. Oh, DVD had just come out. Yeah, because that's right. I think it was a year before. Or it might have been that year. Because the first DVD ever made was Batman and Robin. So, yeah. Oh, man. Crazy. So, imagine being a fan of the film, and then I'm going to watch the rest of the series from the beginning. And you got to wait for reruns. That was a bitch. Oh, God, it was a bitch. Oh, such a bitch. But anyway, I digress. Fucking yawning. So if you don't like cult classic shows, you don't like X-Files, you don't like Chris Carter's line of work, you don't like the random quotes at the end, or not at the beginning of every episode, it's not for you. If you do, you'll have a grand time watching this shit. Because it really is an experience that you have to see with your own eyes and really absorb into. Now, guaranteed, if I do rewatch this, I'm probably going to have a whole new mindset and new feelings on this, too. So, yeah. But I feel tired thinking about it, so fuck that. Oh, fuck. But yeah. That was crazy. I'm just thinking how crazy that series was. Wow. But yeah, Alien Bounty Hunter. My man. And Skinner. And Mr. X. And his death was a bitch too. Damn. Sucks. So, till next time, the truth is out there. Like and subscribe for thoughts and prayers.